Alright, what's up guys, it's Chris or Cookie, otherwise known as CG Cock, and today you got me instead of GrimReaper874. I'm basically going to be going over every single thing that you need to know on how to properly utilize your aim mechanics in Valorant. I'll show you how to use them properly in Deathmatch, and I'll show you an example or two of what not to do and why you shouldn't do it. Don't forget to hit that like, drop a sub, I'll see you in the video. Today I got two examples of deathmatch gameplay footage, and I got two examples of what you should and shouldn't do as well in a custom game with Gollum, aka PSG Gollum, who is also CG Gollum, who helped me with a lot during all these videos. The key thing to keep in mind when you're seeing this deathmatch footage is that I'm taking my time. There's no need to rush your shot. You have a lot more time in the game than you think you actually do. When it comes down to it, the main concept is you need to hit their head, okay? You can forward body shot them with the Vandal or Phantom from a specific range, but the main key is to hit that one-tap headshot so you feel crispy and you feel confident. Now, if you're locking a duelist per se, you want to be able to have that confidence in order to take these duels, because if you don't take these duels, then what's the point of playing duelist? You might as well play Sentinel or something and bait your team a little bit and maybe hope for that clutch gene in you. But the main concept that we're looking at here is crosshair placement and relaxation. When you're looking at your crosshair placement, and I know you've heard it 50,000 times, you need to keep it at headshot level, okay? And I understand that headshot level might not be the easiest thing to ever learn on the spot, but if you want, we can make a full guide on where you should place your crosshair everywhere, due to every verticality, every ledge on the map. It's super easy. They have things around the map that help you guide yourself to learn where the head is. But the one thing that I want you to notice while you're watching this gameplay and listening to my voice is the precision and the calmness that I have in my hand when I'm playing this deathmatch. The aim itself is very calm. I'm typically a flashy person, okay? I used to play at very high sense. I have very high records on Jumbo Tile Frenzy and Grid Shot 3x3 and the very speedy type of tasks on aim trainers. But when it comes to the game, it's all about the small little shots that count the most. Speed means nothing if you don't hit the shot, and precision means nothing if you don't hit it quick enough. So this is where you have to find your own type of balance in your aim when you're playing deathmatch or when you're in a ranked match or a swift play or whatever you like to enjoy on your free time, to really make sure that you get what you benefit the most from. A lot of the time you see a lot of people start to strafe AD, aka left, right, and that's only because it's easiest to counter strafe that way. You can counter strafe with W and S, but it's way easier to counter strafe with A and D, because you're typically used to moving A and D when you're counter strafing. Now, if you gain in the habit of using W and S to counter strafe, congrats, you're better than me, and I'm thoroughly impressed with you. Because that's something I can't do, okay? I'm not able to counter strafe with W and S. But when it comes to Valorant, there's a lot more precision when you're still moving for a second. Keep that in mind. In Counter-Strike, if you move for a second, your shot's going off the map. But in Valorant, if you move for a second, your bullet's still accurate. And I don't know why that is, but the mechanics in this game are a lot different than it is. It may seem to be easier, but in reality, the game benefits itself the most when you are the most calm. Overall, I think the most important thing to take out of this video is the fact that you have to sit there and think to yourself, why is my aim not working when I'm in game? For instance, you might have high scores on Kovacs, you might have high scores on aim labs, but the thing is though, those aren't implementing into your gameplay. And when they aren't implementing into your gameplay, it's typically due to a movement issue. Because if you're able to hit those targets and it has a perfect conversion rate from sensitivity from game to aim trainer, then it has to be something with how you're moving or positioning yourself. As you'll see in the gameplay that you're watching now, you'll see that I isolate my 1v1s fairly well. Keep in mind it's a deathmatch, so there's way more enemies than there would be in a normal match, right? Typically there's only 5, but right now there's a lot more than 5 on the other team. So if you don't see me isolate a 1v1 properly, it's due to the outweighing numbers on the other team. But when you're in a 5v5 situation, you're able to cut off these angles very easily. The main reason for whiffing when it comes to Valorant is you like to shoot before you aim. And if you don't know what that means, I'll show you an example of that right now. Now that you saw the example of shooting before aiming, I'll show you an example of aiming before shooting. The point that I'm trying to get across is that you have a lot more time than you leave yourself on. It's better to not take that shot and die from that player and get that information rather than be able to calm down, get that kill, and now you're in a 5v4 advantageous round. The information that you gather during the game is very crucial. So if you're able to get that kill due to your mechanics, that's very good. But at the same time, if you're not able to get that kill and you take your time, you still get the information. It's better, like I said, to get that kill and or information than it is to completely whiff and embarrass yourself and lose your self-confidence while you're playing the game. Because it's not going to benefit you if you're sitting there with a lack of confidence because you whiffed and you're mad at yourself, you're angry. That's not going to help you. The only emotion that you want from the game is excitement. You want to win. You want to be better. You want to hit these shots. And you're not going to do that. You're not going to have that confidence. You're not going to have that drive if you're whiffing shots because you're shooting before you're aiming. But now let's talk about Grim Reaper 874. Ronnie specifically is a very calm aimer. He does take his time in every one of his duels, and you'll see it. You'll notice that when he's playing these games, he does take his time. And the reason that he performs so well, and the reason why he's radiant over 10 times in different acts, is because he's so precise in what he's doing. He notices his gameplay, he trains behind the scenes, he fixes his mistakes. The main thing that he does is pay attention to what he's doing wrong. Now that's something not a lot of people can do. You have to be able to notice that you're making a mistake here, and then you have to question yourself, how can I fix this mistake? But back to the calm aim concept that we've been talking about the whole entire video. As you can see, he's sitting here taking his time with these shots. Although he does have a fast sense, he plays on 1600 DPI, 0.202, which is relatively fast. He makes sure that his calm hand cancels out the sensitivity that he's playing on. So if he needs to flick fast for emergencies, he can. But right now he's maintaining a high sensitivity to make it look like it's not even that high because he's so calm and precise with his hand. Back to the relaxation like we talked about in the beginning of the video, you can see it in his aim that he has relaxation mastered. He sits there, aim trains consistently, gained a complete liking towards his sensitivity to the point where he can make it look like a completely different sensitivity. You'll notice that all of his kills are AD strafes, and if they're not AD strafes, he stops moving completely. When holding W, he just taps S, and boom, it's a free kill right there for him. Now with Ronnie, one thing you'll notice is he has a lot of high scores on a lot of aim trainers. Even with his high sensitivity, he's able to maintain that sensitivity and make sure his aim is very precise with small movement adjustments. So the best thing to take out of this video, I know I said it before, is to question yourself. Why is my aim not working in game? There's no other reason behind the fact of you are not fixing your own mistakes, you are not sitting here going into the extra depths of the ground to do your training, and to sum it up, you really just don't want it that bad. If you really did want it that bad, you would put in the same amount of time that majority of the players are putting in, and if not, more. But that's pretty much going to wrap up today's video. If you want to see an in-depth movement guide, I'd be more than willing to make that, and I'm definitely willing to get Ronnie alongside with me to make this video as well. Just let me know down in the comments below if you want to see that. If you want anything specific in the next deathmatch video, please let me know as well. I'd be more than willing to add that in there as well. Other than that, I've been Chris the Cookie, otherwise known as CG Cock. Hope you guys have a wonderful night. Peace, peace.